Hi, Ayin. This is the koom game that we're going to be looking at first. So for your starting build order, which is Mech Solar and LLT, moving to this position, getting Mech Solar, Lab, then Mech Solar, Lab, then additional Solar. That works fine. So what you're doing up until this point is actually doing fairly well. Early grunts like this are actually really good. Let me erase that. So as a bot start, you need to be a lot more defensive with your early units, or if you're lucky, you might be able to go out and raid. So my next question is going to be, how are you going to expand? This LLT position, I don't like it. I think just having it somewhere over here would actually be better. Having the radar back here would be better. Somewhere like right here. And then that way you have a lot more firing eagles up here. So you can do that. For your next mechs, this one I would recommend skipping. I would recommend. So instead of doing this, I would actually recommend doing this. That's just because this 2 mechs metal isn't as valuable as this 3.5. This 3.5 is going to pay a lot more down the line. As you can see, Skag, he's doing this. So. I've seen this work. This is something that I'm assuming you're a FAF player, but actually I'll pause right here real quick. Personally, I don't think this is a good idea with your solars being out of the way. I personally think you would be better off having investing some solars down here, for example, and then investing more stuff back here. As you can see, you can queue buildings up here. That's just because while you get this done first, this being second, you can actually have a nano, and you can have that nano assist these solars back here. Whereas in this case, yes, your solars are distributed, but they're not immune. They're not contributing to blocking, and they're not contributing to anything, but they're really spread out and very easy to damage. So I would recommend queuing up the majority of your first solars here, and then if you need more basic solars, expand in this area. So. And the reason, and I hopefully you'll see, like, this isn't as good as if you did it with your commander first and then went up like this. Yes, you might be a bit behind, but that's okay. As soon as you see rocket bots on this map in general, that's either the time to start doing the rocket bot spam or playing with the terrain back here with plasma bots, because the terrain here back there is high enough for plasma bots to have fun. So moving on, let's. First, I think you should have gone with the radar up here somewhere. By the way, first LLT up here is never going to work. You really do need that radar. Okay, starting to switch to that. Okay. I don't think that was a worthwhile trade. Oh, okay, that might explain why you had trouble this match. So for context, this is going to be a pain to deal with because the units that counter rocket bots get hard countered by Centurions. It almost forces a vehicle switch, but you can work with it just by out rocket bodying the enemy. At this point, your grunts are a valuable unit. They should not be off charging. They should be. You should be using them to apply certain types of pressure, but you should have them with your regular units in some cases, because rocket bots live and die by line of sight more than a lot of other units in the game. What was... With your rocket bots, you do need to constantly be applying pressure. You should be thinking about the next move about now. If you see a Centurion in this mix, it's not a priority target, but it's nice to get rid of. Not saying that it immediately would need to go away. One of the things that you're doing up here is leaving this wide open. You might actually be able to sneak in free grunts, just raid down over here. That might work out, but it might not be the best idea. You do need a res bot. Actually, another one, because you're not going to be able to compete with this normally. Honestly, at this, I think you made one constructor too many at this point. This is something that should get built up as quickly as possible, because you're at a rather significant metal disadvantage right now. Ooh, and that's something that I would recommend against. And now that that's started, I think... Is this the case of when... Ah, okay. That's what you needed to have killed. Because that opens up a lot of things for you. Because now you're going to be doing spiders, and Skag basically got away with not spending enough metal while you're in an okay spot. I don't think an HLT would have helped you here. Knowing T2 timings, this is a bit late for an HLT to pop. So. I would be having your red spots reclaiming a little bit just to get that HLT going a little bit quicker anyways. And this is when your situation gets a lot worse, but good news, you just need to survive at this point. That's fine. And at this point in time, you really need to have another radar somewhere right here, or just somewhere forward, because I'm pretty sure you can see what's going on over here. But it's better to have just another spare radar in case another one falls. And you really should keep up the pressure here at this time. Yes, there's at least 1 or 2 spiders there. It's not that big of a deal. And at this time, because if you look at north, you'll see that it's constantly being pressured. You have an opportunity just in this area alone, if it'll let me. And this is a time when you need to start reclaiming this HLT as well. Because at this point in time, it's not going to help you. Also, you might want to... Oh, you're starting to do that now. Always with your storms, consider having at least 1 or 2 grunts. And the reason why I mentioned pressure. This was all being contested up here by Zodi. That was probably the best time you could have attacked. And you were aware that there were spiders up here. Yes, they can move quickly to react, but because both you and Zodi and you can actually push, that actually creates a lot of opportunity. And yes, you should be reclaiming the HLT at this point in time. Ooh. Oh, this is painful. Unless that this is intentional. I don't think this is intentional, but regardless, it's a good thing to do to your ally. I'm pretty sure you're going to see this HLT vaporize in the next 5 to 10 seconds. Close enough. You should either be reclaiming this turret or doing something with the wreck, because it's just going to get fed to the other players. Okay. Eco-wise, you're doing okay. You're not at this stage of economy, but for your position, it's kind of expected. Not a bad choice. Good. It's a bug. Or a feature, if we want to look at it that way. You might as well get this max pack. I'm of the opinion that you should probably stop making rocket bots at this time. Okay, good choice for clearing commander. If you have that T2 comm somewhere, not needed, you thought you needed it, is fine. Mistakes like that happen. You might want to consider a pop-up, or if you're really gonna know about it, maybe a pop-up plasma. But realistically, this is just a really hard set of units to beat without T2 units. Oh, actually, you do need it. Never mind. Ground spam is the only thing that's really going to help you at this time, by the way. And even that has issues. And this is kind of going back to this raid. This is why I recommend having the LLT up here instead and the radar back here first of all, because sometimes this happens. It's just that normally it's at the T1 stage and not the T2. So I think it's a little early for that. Your opponent's just getting okay, and that's going to be trouble. So okay, doing that. Okay. Let's just check what are the back players doing, because that's going to be important. One thing that you could have done is ask for units from teammates. If you're going to have an ally that's going to park units at the front, you might as well ask for them and micromanage them if you can. There might be some opportunities here with those Fidos. Hounds, I meant. Ooh. You're going to need energy badly. Okay, good, you skipped that. Just focusing on that would be fine. Not a horrible choice. I'm trying to remember what is the. Actually, that's a much better choice than I thought. For your first TT unit, though, I would have recommended a spy bot just to have it in front of the area somewhere. Especially if you're going to have something like a pit bull. Not a horrible choice. I would recommend getting this after the fusion. I don't think there's a reason for you to get it beforehand. Because all that this unit and these units right here are doing is stalling you out, and you're resurrecting a hound, which is not going to give you energy, and you really do need the energy. What are you doing? And the other side. Okay. A few other pointers to mention. Just having a single run across the field, seeing if there's a bunch of rocket bots immediately, that should have. If you see rocket bots very early on, that's a very important tell to know that you need to switch to rocket bots or something important. Because rocket bot spam is just really good. So.